Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, today's topic can be on Shirk, opposite of Tawheed. Tawheed has three categories, as you all may know: Tawheedul Rububiyyah, Tawheedul Uluhiyyah, Tawheedul Asma wa Sifat. And in Shirk, there's three categories as well. Inshallah, Sheikh bin Baz Rahimullah has categorized it in his book, Important Lesson for the Ummah. The greater Shirk, the hidden Shirk, and the lesser Shirk. Inshallah, the greater shirk is that for one who dies upon it, the greater shirk result in the nullification of all his deeds, whatever good deeds he did, and the eternity is in the hellfire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَوْ أَشْرَكُوا لَحَبِطَ عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. But if they had joined in worship others with Allah, all that they did or used to do would have been no benefit to them. That's Surah An-Nisa, verse 88. So whoever committed shirk or associated partners with Allah, Allah is not going to forgive that person and their eternity will be in the hellfire. Also, Allah says, it is not for the polytheists to maintain the masjid of Allah while they witness against their own self of disbelief. The words of such are in vain, and in the fire shall they abide. Whoever dies upon a greater shirk will not be forgiven, and paradise will be forbidden for him or her. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that verily Allah forgives not that partners should be associated with him or and set up a rival with him in worship, such as, for example, in Asian subcontinent, many they do murid. They keep somebody in the middle to go to Allah for forgiveness. This is a form of shirk. Also, they do things like now they go to Shahjalal, for example, and they touch the tomb and they rub it against their body and say that because of Shahjalal, they will be forgiven and they go to paradise. This is a form of major shirk. Also, Allah will not be pleased with them. And Allah also said in another verse, verily, whoever set up partners in worship with Allah, then Allah has forbidden paradise for them. And the fire will be their abode. And for the wrongdoers, there are no helpers. That's in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 72. Also, there are other forms of shirk, such as supplicating to the dead, praying and supplicating to the idols, seeking help from idols and from the dead, making an oath by an idol or a dead person, saying, for I swear by this person that I will not do this. I swear by that person that I will not do this. Sometimes, for example, if you said, I swear by Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, even we cannot do that. Say, I swear by Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that Allah will forgive me. This is a form of shirk. Slaughtering an animal for an idol or a dead person is a form of shirk. That's the Shirkul Akbar. Allah tells us in many verses that whoever hope for meeting with his Lord, Allah the Almighty Al-Majestic, let him work righteousness and associate none as partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the worship of his Lord the Almighty. Surah 10, verse 110. Also, in another verse, so Call, O you Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the believers upon, or invoke Allah, making your worship pure for Him alone, by worshipping none but Him, and by doing religious deed sincerely for Allah's sake only, and not to show off, and not to set up rivals with Him in worship, however much the disbelievers in the oneness of Allah may hate it. Surah 40, verse 1-4. Also Allah says, and the masjid are for Allah alone. So invoke not anyone along with Allah the Almighty. Surah 72, verse 18. Just to mention a couple of things. Worshipping. Shirk in worshipping. Shirk usually takes place in matters relating to Allah in His ubudiyah, in worship, where all form of worship should be directed to Allah alone. Allah says, they, the Arab pagans, says, has He, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, made the awliya, God, all into one ilah, which is Allah? Verily, this is a curious and a strange thing. That's in Surah 38, verse 5. So the false claim, oftentimes those who commit shirk claim that they join others in worship with Allah only as the intimidated means to reach someone or reach Him. They say these are our intercessors with Allah, verse 10, Surah 10, verse 18. And those who take awliya, protectors, helpers, Lord and gods beside Him, says we worship Him only, that they may bring us closer or nearer to Allah. The greatest sin is shirk. A human being could possibly commit. The Prophet ﷺ was asked, what is the greatest sin? He, Prophet ﷺ, replied, Ibn Masud narrated that the ﷺ said, whoever ascribes partners with Allah and his eternity will be the hellfire. Subhanallah, that's in Bukhari. Lost and rejected all the deeds he did or she did in the previously, whichever good deed he did. The less loss and rejection of deeds are shirk result in the complete loss and destruction of a person good deed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah 39 verse 65, and indeed it has been revealed to you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as it was to those messengers before you. If you join others in worship with Allah, then surely all your good deeds will be vain and you will certainly be amongst the losers. But if they had joined in worship others with Allah, all that they used to do would have been of no benefit to them. Surah 6 verse 88. So dear my brothers and sisters, this is just a brief inshallah for Shirkul Akbar, the greater shirk that Allah tells us in the Quran and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam inform us of it. So next bit will be the lesser shirk, which will be Riya and the lesser shirk inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayhi. May Allah forgive me if I said anything wrong and guide me to the straight path and forgive all my sin and make me a good Muslim and increase me in my knowledge and in my manners and behavior. And if I make any mistake, the brothers and sisters correct me and comment. And if you'd like any new topic or any topic that you want me to cover, inshallah, suggest on the comments and then I will give the topic. Jazakallahu khairan, and Allah knows best.